All right, it is Wisdom Wednesday, and today we are going to talk about two different fundamental ways that we can view people. Now, most people are either in one of these two camps. We're going to talk about the idea of bricks versus stones. Now, I first came across this idea, a guy named Rabbi Daniel Lapin's a Jewish rabbi. He's got a teaching on the Tower of Power, on the Tower of Babel, where they start off, and the first thing they say when they make the Tower of Babel is, hey, let's make bricks. And he talks about the difference of viewing people as either bricks or stones. And so, a couple different ideas here. So bricks are man-made, whereas stones are made by God. Bricks are all the same. They are all the same. They're interchangeable. You can just swap out one versus the other, where stones are all unique. With bricks, you have to add material to get a brick, whereas stones just need some polishing. And so it's a fundamental change in the way that we view people, is that people are stones. The Bible talks about that we are all like living stones being built up into a royal house, basically, and says that Jesus is the capstone. He's the cornerstone. There's all these references to stones. What you're going to find in the Bible is that actually God hates bricks. God does not like building with bricks because they're all the same, they're man-made, they're interchangeable. He likes to accentuate people's unique gifting, their unique perspectives on life, their unique mix of what they're good at that makes them unique, and that makes life much more interesting. And really what we're talking about here is valuing people for the different skills and the different perspectives and the different gifts that they bring to the table. Because let's face it, if we were all the same, life would be pretty boring. And so this is a fundamental change in the way that we view people. We can view them as bricks or we can view them as stones. And so when we view them as stones, we value them for their unique creative ability, for their unique gifts, for their unique perspectives on life. And it makes life more interesting. It makes life more exciting. Now, when we talk about building with bricks versus building with stones, the natural tendency, let's say in business, is we want to make bricks out of people because we want a consistent experience. We want to make sure that things are done the same way. So we view people as interchangeable, but we need to make a shift in our perspective and see people as stones, which means we have to learn how everything fits together. Now, everything has to still fit together, but we have to find out where the right piece fits in the right place, and that's the difference versus building with bricks versus building with stones in life. So how do you actually apply this into your life? I don't like too much just teaching without some practical application. How do we actually apply this into your life? Well, if you have children, I can guarantee you one of the things you've learned if you have more than one kid, each one of your kids is different. Okay, you can treat them as bricks in the way you interact with them, the way you discipline them, the way you have fun with them, or you can treat them as stones. They're all unique. They each have a unique gift to offer the world. The Bible talks about we have this treasure in earthen vessels. We have treasure. It says where your treasure is, there will be your heart. You have treasure in your heart. Something I speak to my kids all the time. You have treasure in your heart. You have a unique gift. You are a precious stone. We talk about stones. You can be precious stones. Bricks are common, whereas precious stones are rare. Okay, think about rubies and diamonds and all these precious stones that you can have. Those are rare. Okay, bricks are common. These precious stones are rare. And we need to view people as this rare, precious commodity that just maybe they need a little bit of polishing. They don't need anything added to them. They just need a little bit of polishing sometimes. But with your kids, each one of them is unique. What I found with my kids, I can't treat them the same way. Some of them have to discipline differently than others. Some of them have to interact with and do things a little bit differently than others. We connect better in different ways with each of our kids. If you have co-workers or employees or friends that you're interacting with, you need to view them as stones versus bricks. How do you, the tendency, for example, in business is to try to make people into stones, but we want to accentuate people's gifting and what they are good at and see the treasure that is in them and learn how to unlock that. I think one of the greatest skills that you can develop in life is learning to kind of polish those stones and unlock the treasure that is inside of people. And having that ability is one of the greatest abilities I think that there is in the world. Now, so we can apply it that way. If you have clients, not all clients you're going to have the same connection with. So what we're really talking about here is that you develop kind of a personalized connection with each of the people in your life, and that how you connect with that person is going to, how you connect with one person is going to be different than how you connect with a different person in your life. And so it's this personalization of things, of how you connect with people, how you see them. We don't see them all as bricks. We don't have the same conversation with every single person. We have a unique conversation and a unique connection with every person in our life. And this takes a little bit of work, but it's a truly genuine connection. Because when, let's say I'm coming in and I'm doing personal training in the gym here where I am right now, and I have the same exact conversation with every single client, it's going to be kind of a fake type of thing. It's very shallow, it's kind of fake, but if I connect with them and find out what's going on in their life, maybe one person's into business and another person's into raising their family, and we talk about those things that is unique to them, okay, now I'm starting to connect with them on a much different level and bring out the uniqueness of that person, of that relationship with the person. So 2 fundamental ways. I don't want to overcomplicate it. We can view people as bricks. We can view people as stones. One of the coolest things about stones, if you're going to be building, for example, if you are building a business, if you are following the plan that God has put in your life, one of the things I can guarantee you is that you're going to have to learn to partner and to collaborate and to work well with people. And as you do that, as you build up a team around you, if we're viewing them as bricks, it's not going to go very well. If we're viewing them as stones, that is the key. One of the things to remember is we're building with stones. When you have bricks, you have mortar holds the whole thing together. When we're building with stones, I want you to think about the thing that holds everything together is trust. Trust is the glue that holds everything together when we're working with stones and we're building and we're collaborating together and we're partnering together with people effectively. Trust is the glue that holds everything together. When we talk about trust, number one, we trust that people know what they're doing. We trust that they're going to do what they said they're going to do. If they promise to do something, we trust that they're going to follow through and they're going to do what they said, including ourselves. And also, when it comes to trust, there's an aspect of timing. If I said I'm going to do something, but I do it at the wrong time, that eats away at trust as well. So I have to trust that people know what they're doing, that they're going to do what they said they're going to do, and they're going to do it at the proper time. And when I do that, trust is developed. Also communication. The more effectively we can communicate better, communicate with people, the more trust we're going to build. I just released a video a couple days ago on God's method for becoming a better communicator, which was we all have this tremendous need to communicate in our lives. You can find it on my blog at danielfoley.net or on the YouTube channel under Daniel Foley. You can find it there. But we all have this need to become better communicators as well. And one of the keys to better communication is how we view people. If I'm viewing people as bricks, I'm going to communicate with them in a different manner than if I'm viewing them as stones. And so the other great thing about stones is stones are everywhere. Okay, you could drive down the road and there's stones just laying right next to the road all over the place. There are stones everywhere you look. So if you're trying to build this team around you, this team of people that are going to help you to fulfill God's vision for your life, the people are right there where you need them. Okay, the people are local, right there where you need them. There's treasure all around you. I heard a teaching one time. It talks about what is the treasure in heaven? The treasure in heaven is people. Okay, treasure in heaven is people. We have treasure on the inside of us, and we need to see the treasure that is in people, this rare, precious stone that people are capable of becoming. Maybe they're not there yet, but they have this potential on the inside of them to become that. Whereas if we view them as bricks, they're just interchangeable. I can swap them in and swap them out. Whereas stones are a completely different story. So I hope this helps you. If this helps you, please, like it or share it with somebody. Send it to somebody who maybe this could help. Or you can go check out more at danielfoley.net for some more of these Wisdom Wednesdays.